Mark Martin has picked up where he left off before. One car spinning, the car number 41.
Johnny Benson, as a car takes a roll as it slid backwards. Apparently the air just picked the back end of it up and around.
That scary crash here in the early laps, looking across the racetrack. You see the rear of the car starting to get off the ground. You get a sense of actually how high this car will lift here as it came off the ground and begins to tumble. Higher than some of the scaffolds there where our cameras are located.
Well, Jerry, the speeds have increased so much here at the Michigan International.
That group, it would cause a huge wreck. We've heard. Oh, here's a car upside down.
Big time crash upside down.
Ryan Newman. See Kevin Harvick there. Marcus Ambrose.
Ambrose is there, comes across. Harvick stops, and Newman's car comes to rest upside down on its roof. And watch the car get turned around.
He and his teammate Tony Stewart got into the wall, but you can see it turns Ryan Newman around. As soon as it does, it's almost like that wing acts as to help to lift the car up. Lands on Kevin Harvick's hood. See Elliott Sadler there involved.
Elliott trying to jam the brakes on to keep from hitting the 39 as it was pirouetting up the track. He's able to miss it. Harvick able to get the car woed down as the 39 just comes rolling down on its roof onto the grass and comes over again another 360 before coming to rest on its top.
Just mirror driving all over the racetrack.
Oh, trouble. Elliott Sadler over once and a half and on his roof. Now the car tumbling hard onto the pavement in turn 3. Caution is out. A terrible crash.
Could be.
Yeah, could be.
He could be trying to dodge that 8 car.
Car flew in the air a long ways before it hit anything.
And now the banking kicks the car back to the left.
Boy, Stanley Steamer.
Whoa, there's
And around she goes into Kenseth.
Oh gosh.
Up in the air and into the wall hard.
Man, Kenseth. Man, I thought he was going to catch the catch fence back there. The way it landed was.
I am not believing that.
Trouble off
Trouble,
turn
big
4.
trouble.
Newman slams the wall. Down pit
man.
comes Schrader, and Newman is in the air and over. Ryan Newman, last year's Rookie of the Year. The rear end ripped from the car.
Look at that thing lift up, Larry.
Just takes off like an airplane.
That's 3,400 pounds, folks. Just lifting up in the air like a feather.
And the right rear wheel digs into the dirt and tears the whole rear end loose from the car.
Yeah, if the tire hadn't come off of the wheel, it probably wouldn't have turned over like that. But once the tire came off, and it dug in and
From the back straightaway that began when Tony Stewart got turned sideways against the backstretch wall number 20. Stewart was the first car sideways. Here's why.
Here's the 4 got into the back of Ward Burton, I believe.
And then Burton's 22 got into Stewart. And everybody scrambles.
That car is taking a whale of a ride, that 20 car is. It's getting hit. It's upside down. It's hit on its roof. It's on fire.
And Tony Stewart goes for one of the wildest rides in recent memory of Daytona.
Kind of looks like the Richard Petty crash here, back when Richard crashed off turn 4 down here, standing on
Look,
its
he's got
nose.
Bobby Labonte's hood. It was hooked to the back of his car as he was in midair.
Of course.
And who
half
do
a
you...
second. And the 99 has turned over Brad Keselowski.
And we have a caution.
My goodness.
I don't know if I'm okay.
Clean here. Just slight contact. Look at that thing go.
That looks so much like Edwards' turnover at Talladega off the bumper of Keselowski.
It really did, and I'm so wondering and hoping that when
Elbow checkered is waving. Ernie Evans wins, and Rusty spins and gets airborne and flips wildly right at the start-finish line, very reminiscent of his accident at Daytona.
What a way.
Yeah, he's moving. I see him moving around in the car. I saw it there. We see his head moving around.
Yes, we do.
Thank God.
Now here is what happened.
Okay, there's Rusty and Dale Jarrett running side by side. Earnhardt comes down on the inside trying to draft Rusty, and go right out the picture, and it looks, there he is. Earnhardt right up on the back bumper of Rusty, and he does touch him. And around he goes, and that's one reason that Dale Earnhardt went down there.
That's why he was so concerned, because he touched Rusty Wallace to start this situation, it looks like.
And the car overturns about 6 or 7 times, pirouetting on its nose, end over end, side over side, comes to a rest on its wheels between the start-finish line.
Out of the way now, Cotton Petty.
Oh, and he's upside down. Into the guardrail, side over side, end over end, and Davey Allison. I hope that's what it means. Let's take a look at it again. It happened outside of turn 2.
See some contact between Darrell Waltrip and Davey Allison, and the car just flew through the air.
Well, he got on the air, in the air very quickly.
It goes over the top of the guardrail.
Yep.
Flipped right over the top of the guardrail.
And around goes Earnhardt, up in the air and over. Both cars land on their wheels, but Trickle and Earnhardt Jr. go for a wild ride down the back straightaway of Daytona. And between Dick Trickle, the orange car, and Dale Earnhardt Jr.
There's the orange car of Dick Trickle. And you can see Trickle, he must have gotten hit from behind and shot right straight into Earnhardt's car. And you see Earnhardt's car lift, sets back down on the hood of Dick Trickle's car, then comes back down on its wheels.
Got a side-by-side battle for the lead. Whoa, whoa, Price early on. Chad Chapin gets spun around and upside down. Chapin back onto his wheels. And we were on board with Dennis Setzer.
Dennis made some contact. Looks like he was trying to bump draft him, and he got Chad turned around. There's Terry Cook after such a great effort. He was involved in that action a little bit.
Let's take a look.
See what happened. Looks like bump drafting might be. Yeah, Dennis gave him a little shot. Wow.
Wow, completely over. Here goes Terry. Boy, Terry had a wild ride through the grass. He looks to the inside of Todd Bodine. Todd comes down the hill, forces him to the inside. The air gets underneath the truck, turns it over. One revolution, and then back on 4 wheels. What a ride.
What a ride. He needs to make sure he doesn't go too fast right now. He's got a flat right front tire. Check out this look. Todd just ping-ponging back and forth, Phil.
Yeah, he bounces off of that Terry Cook truck into Rick Crawford. You can see the tire mark on the right side. You see the wheel still spinning on Rick Crawford's truck while it's up in the air.
He hits the brakes there.
He was finally smart enough to let off. That's pretty. That's using your head. He's flipping over at Daytona, and he let off the gas. I'm proud of him for that.
Okay, he comes up and clips Ken Schrader, his teammate, and sends him around. Schrader's car going backwards. The roof flaps are up, and then he gets hit by Ricky Craven, and then that flips the car over.
He just drove in under him.
The car will roll. And then other cars coming back with all the smoke and people slowing down. They start hitting each other, and lots of cars getting involved as we see Schrader's car continue to roll and tumble on the grass.